Um, it's Niklaus's birthday, and I'm missing it. I'm in my jail cell of, I don't know, I was born extra special. I was born a goddess. And apparently the world wanted to punish him and I and our immaculate son, Alexander. And so the Holy Crusade goes on, HOLYCRUSADE. I'm in NYC as goddess NYX, and also goddess of river Styx, STYX. There's a very handsome Russian, although my Deutschland dads get upset, when we marched in the Red Army with white whatever, and like had like Ruslan pride for my namesake for changing whatever and trying to make leadership alliances before the Immaculate Return, knowing that we were all up against a very big problem in the whatever. So I put that up. I know the guy's last name was the handsome actor of like 1930s or 1898. I don't know. It was Kumach, Kumach, or was it Kumak? Maybe that's why we did Machiavelli and the mock flying. So we weren't doing mockery, but then we had it as a comedy, and then we did an essay, and they were teaching me other ways to say things in their English, which was really helpful, which I thank them for. And then I told my good German Deutschland dads at Duet that we were good, because that's what I do. I make everybody feel safe, and I make like really solid alliances. So I don't do this. Everybody's crossing one another. I don't know why nobody was able to complete everything in the time allotment. But I did want to mention on his birthday, August 4th, since it's bon anniversaire and he's nowhere to be found, and I'm as fat round me, ROUNDME. I'm FAT and single, SINGL, or solo, SOLO. Let's think about this. The thing I wanted to mention originally was something, I think it was that Lewis said, which I found very interesting. Or was it Tia Free that mentioned it? Hang on, I need to catch my thoughts for a second. That was where the idea about the romance between the husband and wife fighting side by side, but then they had like almost like a well, I don't know, maybe a black baby or a brown baby or like an off-color baby, and they were going, well, now how is that possible if you're two white agents, Russian or Deutschland? Usually you have white children. And we're like, no, we're going to. That's the comedy part of the movie, is because America is kind of like our child we're afraid of. They're the brown baby in 1898 and 1930s trying to like secure York and my parents, because it's not looking so good from our immaculate end. That's why we needed the assurances and alliances for certain things, to hold other dams and dikes back in the proper wording or common wording. And let's think about this. And on my birthday yesterday, my mother, complete asshole, I was busy doing my own thing, my room. It was like 11 o'clock. She comes in, she's like, you didn't put, she was sleeping. And then she came in, you didn't put the baby to bed. Oh my God, it was like Kathy Bates in the movie Misery. And I was like, whoa, who the fuck woke you up? And then she was like, and then she said to me, she's like, I said, it's my birthday. If you don't want to yell at me, I'll go get him and I'll put him to bed. No big deal. I was like, it's my birthday, right? And she's just like, well, I should just bow down to you because it's your birthday. I was like, no, I didn't say that. I was like, crazy lady. Oh, and she's like, I'll have you sleep on the couch. I'm like, Oh, like it's so much better than the twin bed that I sleep in this 120 square foot room prison. Right, okay. And so she was just like, and I was like, I know that you like, and then I got angry and I was like, I know that like you really don't give a shit about me. And that's fucking bloody obvious. I said, it's been clear since the day I was born. I was like, but, I was like, just shut the fuck up. I was like, just go away. I'm done. And then she went off. It's like fucking mental cases. It is, honestly, it's just mental torture for me to know as much as I do and watch these fucking things change around me, knowing that it's a cubit meter, a cubit centimeter problem of human interference with my extra specialness and my ability to have Niklaus raise our Alexander the right way, and for me to be safe in his company. I mean, there's not a single thing that I've ever done in New York that was important or planned. I mean, not by us anyway. This is all enemy windows into the world to steal shit. Time being the most important factor. I had the thought, I went on a different thought pattern, was going to double back to finish the thought in like a succession order, but there must have been a time patent, TIMEPATENT, on whatever the first thought was that I originally sparked my inspiration of doing this video for him. And then it got wiped clean, like almost like the time elapsed, and then I wasn't able to recall it for other stupid minor criminal shit. For all that study time that they stole, that nobody authorized. Let's think about this. 1989, which should have linked up to 1998, having Benjamin the correct way the first time. But then he would have been like Benjaminovich, something like that. Well, Benjamino was the Italian. I don't know. I'm not sure which way that was going. But no, then it was Nichols something or other. I don't know. All right. Anyway, I'll butcher it if I try to speak anything other than English at this point, or my English. Oh, and that's the other thing. The word "we" really like scares me when people say things like that. And I'm like, currently, I'm just an I. There's only one of me, because Alexander's not near me daily. But when we have a conversation, you and I have to be careful, because I'm going to be referred as me, M-E, because this whole we thing scares me until I know who the fuck you are and what the fuck you're all about. And I own something that's very dangerous, and currently I can't get to the one man to secure it. It's like a sealed valve when we're together, the way it's supposed to be. And the fact that you've let it rip and leave open so long in the dangerous air is really starting to frighten me, honestly, as to how the hell you're going to get me ever and protect me. I mean, I'm 42 now, so is Niklaus. Alexander just turned 15, and we haven't seen hide or hair of him. HYDE or HAIR or HEIR of... I mean, in my air I see him, but not in my everyday space. So, like, how do we change the physicalness on... This is our bone, B-O-N-E anniversary, and I'm just doing a bon, B-O-N, over a video phone in stupid fucking humans. That's right. There's another thing. This morning I made a note about Svetlana and Svlad being 15 and 21. He was carrying me on his back after he came, and he taught me the word for these sunglasses being aviators. And I was coming down a black spiral staircase, and he asked me if I wanted a drink. There was some kind of like lime light and people dancing to music. I was like, no, I'm good. Right. So do you want one? Right. Yeah. Am I allowed to drink? I don't know. And so anyway, and then we were outside with like a group. We walked, it looked like Manhattan. It was my guess. I said, I have no idea. And then I thought my friend Lynn was with me, but whatever. And then He told me he was Superman and he was my boyfriend for the evening. I'm like, great. So, and then he gave me a piggyback ride, told me to close my eyes. I did. And then he said, don't open them until I tell you to. I'm like, okay. And then we were in front of this building and he says, okay, now open your eyes. And again, there was a couple, I guess they were Polish. I don't know. I mean, who knows? And so then they asked me to open my eyes and look, and there was a gigantic building. And he's like, now what building is that? I said, I have no idea. I said, I don't know any of the buildings in Manhattan. And he says, what if I told you we're not in Manhattan? I said, okay. He says, what country are we in? I said, I have no idea. We were just in Manhattan. So it's what, like USA, America? I don't know. What do you call it? And so he said, right, of course, that's what you would say. No, but like if I said anywhere in the world and this is just a make-believe science project, like where, have you ever seen this? Like 7 Wonders of the World? Nope. And he goes, does it look like anything in Manhattan? I said, maybe. I was like, right. And then it was like Chrysler Building, maybe, right? I was like, but that's much smaller and thinner. I don't know. And he was like, right. And he's like, what if I told you that's an MFA building? MFA. And I'm like, okay, is it? And he said, well, it could be. And I was like, okay. What? I was like, what's an MFA? And he goes, you've never heard of an MFA? I'm like, no. It was like, is that something common that teenagers talk about? I was like, I mean, they don't mention it by me. I don't know what your parents all do, but my parents don't. They like, they don't even teach it in school. I'm like, nope. I was like, what is it? He's like, and he said, you know what, forget it. He's like, it's probably better off I don't teach you then. I'm like, okay. You know, I was like, if you want to teach me, great. If not, okay, whatever. And that's on extra human function on a VID of an extra special kind. I don't know why that wasn't used in order to get us together with Alexander down the correct sleeve, SLEEVE. And the other thing, I keep pausing it so I don't run out of time. I watched the gentleman sing the Kumak, maybe, and again, it was in something that I don't speak, but it was. I tried to listen. Sentiment was there with whatever woman I was speaking to back then. God only knows. I mean, it's hard to know. Like when you're alive, and then you're like, well, now is this somebody that's going to be in the future Pan, or is this like the old Pan, PAN? I don't know how to even say that. Right. So, but usually that's just me whispering to him, because we're usually inseparable. I don't know why this is any different. This was not permissible. This was, in fact, prohibited and illegal, but they did this anyway to us and trapped me in New York by myself. Oh, God. But I said when I was looking at the video of the long red with them in the white, there's also another vid of him and I in an elevator. We had white sweatshirts on with a double D in gold and a hood, and then khaki pants. I don't know. He got me out of the Alexandria Library for something, and we had to go to some meeting in a really tall building at some point, and they dressed me in khaki pants and a white sweatshirt with double D in yellow, and we went, and there was like a big wood desk, like a shiny kind of wood, like a pledge wood in a round secretary style. But that's a totally different time. And then we walked out onto our veranda, VERANDA, and we were not alone. We were speaking with somebody, I don't know who, I think one in the ministry, but I don't know which ministry. And then there was a different time, well, same trip, we went back to wherever we were staying, and then him and I sat out on a veranda, and it was in a very arid, that one was in a very arid climate. All right, so... Oh, God, that was that. Then there was another one where they thought I was a Unabomber in whatever year that happened. I'm like, couldn't have been, because she's 15 in school somewhere else, and I know you FBI guys get like all sorts of crazy. But I was like sitting, like he was sitting in a chair, and then I was like, my legs were this way, and I was just kind of like holding on to him. Yeah, I wasn't letting go of him, and then I was like, I got you for like, what, 5-10 minutes to explain something to one person. I was like, I'm not letting you go. Oh, and back to that Red Army thing. When I wrote on the Instagram thing, I was like, oh, those were the days when, like, patriotism, I mean, like, they don't have anything like that in the U.S.A. There's nothing. There's no patriotism. There's no anything. There's just criminals, thieves, and crime rings, and then no police work. Nobody fucking does anything because everybody's so busy creating new crime with nobody to, like, police them.